the genesis of it. I said, skill.
Don't look in front. Don't look to the sides. Look straight up, because I'm right on top of you. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
And any crying or any excuses is just sour grapes.
We're in the business of winning.
And I think that the spotlight should go on top of me. Yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Can't hear me? Damn, that's not good.
We're in the business of winning.
Yeah, I thought my mic was off.
We're in the business of winning.
Hang on.
We're in the business of winning.
Don't bet against me.
I don't bet anyway.
Lose your life.
We're in the business of winning.
Don't degrade the champion at any time. Yeah, I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better. On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are, yeah. I'm on my way. And nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me.
And we had non-believers all along the way. I have one thing to say to those non-believers. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid. You never go wrong.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
The hell do you guys want? And more important than that, how the hell did you find out where I was at? If they want some answers, they should have sent someone with some authority. Do you agree with me? Well, it really don't matter if you agree with me or not. On second thought, once you just sit your little carcass down at that table, I'll answer every little question you got. Before we get started with anything, like I said, we're on my time, so we're going to do things like I want to do them. I want to cover something right off the bat.
All right. My name. We're
in the business of winning.
Ian's also on here with me.
The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. I'm serving notice. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of them.
One who got you to call me, which is Ian's brother.
We're in the business of winning.
I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
We're in the business of winning.
Been so fast you can't even talk about it. Things are just popping right now. Things are starting to cultivate.
All right. We are live. We have a guest with us today. We got John from the Woodruff Wiffle Ball League, which I believe is in South Carolina. Is that right?
Correct.
Cool. We kind of just randomly got hooked up with Ryan. Ryan put us in touch with him. He runs a wiffle ball league in South Carolina. And since we're on the verge of starting something or being part of something that's going on where we live, we thought we'd talk to you, maybe see if you had any pointers. You can give your backstory too if you want. Just kind of how either like a sports backstory or how you got into wiffle ball specifically.
All right. Well, I've actually started playing wiffle ball as a kid, probably when I was like 11 or 12 years old. But then, you know, as a kid, you kind of grow out of it. So I kind of moved it into more of a baseball deal. And then I kind of got out of baseball and just took up wrestling. So I was a wrestler in high school and in college. and I kind of didn't touch a bat for a couple of years until like a year ago. Me and my buddy were having a conversation in a car in our work truck, and he pretty much was just we were sitting here watching some YouTube videos on wiffle ball, what the wiffle ball could do and what a blitz ball could do, and we got to talking and said, I wonder if there'd be any interest in wiffle ball in the area. So we started looking up. There's no wiffle ball leagues in the state of South Carolina. Really no tournaments like benefits held, anything really ever run in the state. So we kind of was just like, let's put something together. So starting last November, me and him kind of went full-fledged into it. I have a guy that owns a baseball field that we kind of make it into like a little wiffle ball field. We had a fence and everything, and we ran a little season. The first season was in the winter, so it's from like November to I believe we finished in January, January the 1st, or a little bit after January the 1st. We played like 8 games. I had 4 teams in my league, and we just rolled with it, man. It was really simple. The game isn't hard. We kind of play it more like baseball. We play on a 90-degree field. You see a bunch of different wiffle ball leagues or people that play on different fields. So I kind of took some of my baseball background and my knowledge of wanting to make the game fun and hitter friendly and pitcher friendly, so it's kind of like equivalent, and build a field that played great. We play with 6 players in the field. A lot of leagues play with 4, but our field kind of fits 6 pretty fairly. But we've been running pretty good, man, and we're actually fixing to start another season up here in the middle of March. March 18th starts our spring series, and I've got 9 teams locked in so far for spring wiffle ball. So that's insane.
How many years have you guys done the Woodruff?
Literally, it started in November, man. It started in November. Yeah, so and it started from nothing. Like I said, it literally came from a conversation in a truck. We got out of the work truck that evening. We went to our local hardware store, which is literally the only place I can even find that sells wiffle balls and bats. We bought it and we just started throwing it, and then it just went from there. Like it literally took fire right after that in November of last year.
Dang, that's crazy. I was under the impression you guys have been doing this for a few years. You're just as new as we are.
Yeah, man, we really are. And honestly, I feel like I've got guys in my league that played college ball. I've got guys in my league that played semi-pro ball, like the actual baseball, and man, they have a blast hitting this wiffle ball.
Yeah,
and it's literally starting to like take over of like what people around here play is slow pitch softball. Slow pitch softball is like one of the biggest things in the South, and I'm getting grown men off of those teams to come play wiffle ball. So it's really growing. It's really growing. It's great.
You find that like the wiffle ball is a great equalizer, like as far as like, let's just say like we're average athletes, but I don't think anyone on our team played baseball past like 5th grade, 6th grade or something. So do you find it a good equalizer for, those guys who come in and they've played like, college ball? I mean, obviously they're gonna have a little bit of an edge, right? But like other teams still able to compete with those guys.
So I had guys this year, man, that were in their 50s. I had females playing in our league, and I also had kids. I had 10, 11-year-old kids out there, and everybody competed. Yeah. So we kind of limited it a little bit this year. So we pitched from 38 foot, and our speed limit, we actually had a Bushell speed radar, and it's a trigger radar, but we used it at 55. So 55 miles per hour, the wiffle ball is pretty easy to see from 38, but you can really get it to move. But I didn't have any problems with people that never touched the bat and people that hit. You could see a little bit of difference, just like you said, athleticism. But other than that, man, anybody can hit this. Anybody can play this game. Anybody.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
That's literally the best part about it, yeah. I can take a team of 40, 50-year-old men and be competitive. And then we went and played in a tournament in North Carolina last week and almost lost to some 9-year-olds.
Wow.
Yeah. We beat a 15U team like 12-1, and then we beat the 9U team 1-0 in like the last inning.
Dang. Ian, how did Daryl start this? Our league.
So actually, I think it was John started it, and it started as more of like a. So I just found this out. John and Chunk, their wives are sisters, so they just had like Chunk's backyard there, and I think at like family events they just started playing wiffle ball, right? So it started as like their family, and then John quickly blew it up to that. I think they had one tournament before
the one we were in.
Tournament. Yeah. So yeah. Then what was that? Last summer.
Yeah. So
I believe last summer he had a tournament in League City. There was a pretty good amount, but probably like what 10, 11 teams maybe.
Yeah.
And then they had the Clash in the Coal, which was a four team tournament, 4 or 5 teams, and it seems like it's growing. Like the more we're talking about it, like I've already got friends, our friends hitting us up like, hey, I want to join to make a team.
Right.
And I think it sounds like it's like the same thing, like because we did the whole softball thing too, right? And then wiffle ball, it's actually, it's more conducive. Like practicing's easier. You basically practice anywhere. All you need to buy is like that little like $20 kit or whatever. You got the ball and the bats. And
some bases.
Yeah, exactly. And I like it. It's gives you something different because you feel like you get that more like you get the pitch as far softball you're just kind of tossing it, and I really like it. I think it's going to keep on growing just because we got that kind of group of friends who they all played softball, they played sports in high school. It's just going to keep getting bigger.
And that's kind of how it is around here, man. It's literally picked up in the last 3 weeks. I've had probably 5 teams added to my league, and we have 8-man rosters, and they're completely full. So 8-man rosters, completely full, and 6 men in the field. That's a lot of people playing wiffle ball, so it's definitely growing.
I can't believe y'all play 6 in the field. We do 4.
How big is your field? How big is your field?
On an average field, when we're actually at the fields, probably what?
I can actually look it up right here. Daryl had sent me some measurements.
And Jonathan, didn't y'all have like $100 buy-in a team?
Yep.
Oh, Ryan hopped on, by the way.
Yeah, that's Ryan. Ryan's the one you originally got in touch with that had you call me.
What's up, Ryan?
Not a lot. Just figured we had just started.
Yeah.
I heard y'all talking earlier how it is kind of taking over what slow pitch softball was doing. Because right when we got out of high school, we were playing like a bait-up version of we used a bucket at first base. We just taped up a wiffle ball. We played stickball. And then we had like 3 outfielders, kind of the same thing. And then we just started slow pitch softball for a long time. And now apparently wiffle ball is taking over.
And so for the measurements for the field, it's 75 to left field corner. It's 90 feet to center. And then I don't think he has the measurement here for how far it is to right, but right field is very close.
Is that
what do you guys play on your bases?
The bases are 40 feet.
And pitching?
Pitching is
38, I think, like you said.
38 to 41, I think. He's got 41 to strike here.
Do y'all play on a pie shaped field or a 90-degree field?
90 degree.
Okay, so ours is
yeah, it's a weird field because it's his backyard. These are just dimensions for like where we had the championship and stuff.
Right. Our field is 85 left field. It's 105 to center and 75 right. We have a 8-foot wall in left field.
I think that's pretty close to what we got.
So ours is like opposite. Yeah, left and right, switch them.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, but it plays pretty good. The only reason we do 6 is because I had so many people that was interested in playing. And it was kind of like, man, I got 4 teams. I had to fill them up. I guess, and these were all friends that wanted to play with their buddies. So it worked out. And with 6 in the field, you know how it is when you're playing wiffle ball. There's a lot of holes. There ain't many holes with 6 people in the field. So it plays good. We can make plays from third to first our bases are 45 foot. So, like, it's not a guarantee if you rip a ball down the third base line that you're going to make it there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
do you play with a catcher?
And no catcher.
Oh, okay.
Just zone. Yeah, it's just the zone. Our strikes and balls are the same as regular baseball. We played last weekend. We played in a tournament, and it was 6 balls, 3 strikes. Oh my gosh, it's the worst thing ever.
Oh shit.
Wow, that was just.
Well, I guess that makes sense because I mean, a wiffle ball ain't always gonna go straight, but that would be.
They had them throwing at little chairs. They had them throw it like little chairs were the strike zones.
Well, I guess 6 makes sense then if it's a tiny chair.
Yeah.
But, if you got that.
That's another question. What's your zone?
I'm not sure if I got this. It looks like the one. I think they're buying these things, like
it's pretty
these little
standard,
wiffle ball
yeah.
hanging zones. Yeah, it looks standard.
I don't know what the standard is.
So
but that's what
30
it is,
by
probably.
23, somewhere around in there. 30 by 23 is what we play with. Or we played with a little taller this year because it was our first year. So I custom made one. It was 23 by 33. So it was like 3 inches taller. But we're dropping it for our season this year because we do have pitchers now that don't have a problem hitting it. So
I would think that's probably very similar to what we have.
Yep. We were just running into, with it being 33 inches tall, like I said, we had some kids in the league, and I'm not a very tall person either. I probably stand like 5'2", 5'3". So any ball that was in that top left corner, it was just inhittable. You could not hit it.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and dropped it, especially, man, some of the sliders and the knuckles and the drops and all that stuff that these kids can throw. It's really crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say when you were talking about those 9-year-old kids. I was like, I bet they got some sick pitches, though. They're out there just throwing that ball all day.
And it comes from the ground. So, I mean, if you guys ever seen, like rise balls that come off the shoelaces, man, it's not easy. So, but that was the funnest part. Like you said, man, anybody can play. You can go out there and look at a bunch of 9-year-olds like you fixing to kick their teeth in, but that's not going to happen. Not all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I believe it. Some kid rolled up to our game last time. He actually saw Nick's stream and came up, and then in the middle of the games, he was throwing some filth.
Right. What part of Texas are you guys in?
Like Houston area.
Man, I've been down to Houston a few times. Pearland down that way.
Hey, I live in Pearland.
Really?
Yeah.
My ex-wife's family's from down there. I made that trip 15 hours. Jesus.
Dang.
John, are you the commissioner of your league?
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
I started it. I pretty much control everything. If they've got questions, they come to me, man. So, and that's with everything. I've got a committee. I started a committee, because everybody knows that if you have a leader, everybody thinks that it's a dictatorship and you're making the rules and this and that. So I created a committee of guys that I felt like was going to help our league grow. And then I have one of my dear friends that he's a little older guy, but he loves what we're doing. His son plays with us, and he is the head of my committee. So I don't have a vote. They all vote. And my buddy Rodney he brings things to the table that we discuss, like distance in pitching. We changed our bases for next season, the distance of bases. Just things like that. What we do with our money, because we do there is money to be made. All that goes to a committee. So I don't have any hearsay into that. If we need it, we go get it because they say.
Elaborate more on this making money from wiffle ball.
All right, you want to know? This is how it works. So anything that people want, they will spend money on. So how I did it this year was we charged $50 a player to come play in our league. And that included a jersey and the 10 to 12 games that we play in our season. At the end of the season, I gave out championship rings, trophy. I gave out banners. We had a huge party. And all that was kind of, the money for that stuff was built through the season. So I charged $1 for everybody to come watch our games. That's super cheap, and people paid it and they loved it. Because we're playing on, we're not playing in somebody's backyard. We're literally playing on an actual field that I'm lucky enough to know the man that owns it, so I have free access to this field. but it's an actual field, and we're like right here with stands. I've got food trucks that pull up, man. We have a blast.
So it's like
and
on someone's property, the field?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I
nice.
use that field to make 2 fields. So we ran 1 field this year. I don't know if you guys have looked at my Facebook group, but my cover photo is a picture of our field. And I'm going to put another field in behind that this year.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
I can actually pull that up here in a second.
Yeah.
I looked you up.
Look me up. So I definitely gonna put another field out there, man. It's just the money. Like I said, I charge them $50. That $30 is what it cost me for jerseys. Is what my jersey guy charged me, and then the $20 goes to the league. The league was pretty much funds everything. New bases. I bought 400 foot of fence panels, so I can build a fence wherever I want to now. I can build a couple fields wherever I want to. I can come to Houston and host a tournament for you guys. So that's honestly kind of where I'm wanting to go with this. I've got a few friends that have like some minor league contacts, and in Greenville, which is our big city around here, it's like our mini Atlanta.
Yeah.
We have a minor league team, and I'm really wanting to go host a tournament on their field. I really want to be able to do that probably in the next year.
Dude,
so
we should get you in touch with John, I guess. That would make sense.
Yeah, we should definitely have you back when we get the commissioner of this league on. Maybe get some Woodruff Wiffle All-Stars versus League City All-Stars.
Hey, we will pull up, man. I'm not even lying.
Do you guys
I've had people ask me if we would travel and play. I've actually got a guy in Tennessee. He started Southeast Wiffle. His name is Tim. I think his name's Tim. He keeps calling me, asking me if I want to join his league and bring some guys to travel. And they're going to host a big cash tournament in Tennessee. You got to host regions. Apparently, he's wanting you to host region qualifiers. And then the winners of that qualifying tournament will go to Tennessee in, like, I think he said October, and play for a cash prize.
Damn, that's what you do when you get John to get in touch with like other local teams.
If there is, do it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what's in Texas. I haven't heard anything about in Texas. You guys are the first ones I've heard about in Texas. So
sweet.
I mean, Texas is huge. I'm sure something's going on somewhere, but
yeah, somebody's playing wiffle ball in Texas.
But yeah, I agree. This is sounds like y'all might be a little ahead of where John's at. Now, I mean, John did go straight into that first tournament that we were talking about. He had food trucks there. He had a League City, like the park, I guess had agreed.
He
had a few fields there.
Mayor's office.
Yeah, there was gonna be deputy mayor? Who's second to the mayor? Was supposed to come out. I'm not sure if they actually did or not, but
I didn't know that.
It sounds like it's like as soon as you start a wiffle ball league, people just come, man. Bunch of guys like us
they love it.
Our prime. Yeah, we like getting out there acting like we're freaking Barry Bonds.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that's the funny thing is people they come and because they hear about it being difficult, and they're like, oh, that can't be that hard. Like that little ball, that little bat, that can't be that hard. And then it's like, oh, okay, maybe it is that hard. And then it's intriguing. Like it brings them back. They want to see it. They want to see the ball dance. They want to see home runs get hit. The game is very interesting. The game is very interesting when it's being played. So I could definitely sit and watch it.
Y'all got some good like ace pitchers that are hard to hit.
I've got some kids that can throw wiffle balls at 85.
Jesus.
Yeah, I really do.
Holy shit!
And
are
I'm
you
just
serious?
telling you, that's flying. I got a kid named Jesse Mims. He's probably one of the best pitchers around here with a wiffle ball that I know. I took him to North Carolina just to see if he could do it, and we crushed them teams.
Dang,
like
dude.
Crushed them.
Yeah, y'all probably have some actual like killers compared to us.
and see, that's funny because we literally just started. Like you said, we just picked up wiffle balls less than 6 months ago, and it's just it's grown so much that these guys are practicing this like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, we the first tournament that we actually participated in with the commissioner of this league, that one I was telling you that was in those parks, we practiced one time and then went out there and got humbled.
Yeah.
I think we won one game, and then the rest wasn't so pretty. Someone hit
so
a
do y'all
one-handed
play with
homer off of us.
Y'all play with the yellow bats?
Yeah, the yellow bats.
Because I have seen, and I don't know if you've seen them, but Moonshot makes the expensive bats, and that's where like people are starting to have that.
Those ones?
The professional wiffle ball, yes, man. They got 1 5/8 bats that are $250.
Nick, clip
Like,
that.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I know,
Clip
right?
that out.
$250 for a piece of plastic is a little insane.
Dang, Ryan was showing me a $250 pitching machine for wiffle
That was
ball this weekend.
For wiffle
Pitching
ball?
Right,
Yeah.
Ryan? It was 250. Pitching. It was like a pitching machine. It was like holds like 50 wiffle balls or something.
So if it's pitching
Yeah, I've
50,
seen it.
38 feet, it's like you're seeing 90, 95 a mile an
Yeah,
hour.
I've seen that one.
Bro, 85 miles an hour? I still can't get over the fact someone throws a wiffle ball that fast.
Yeah, Ryan didn't believe it. I showed him some clips of some dudes like throwing like 90-some on YouTube.
Yeah, they host a tournament in Pennsylvania. It's called what did he call it? United Wiffle host it, but it's called UWiff. And there's been a team up there that's won the back-to-back Wiffle championships called the Jugs, and their pitcher throws the ball in the 90s.
Holy
But dude,
shit.
they're not little guys. These look like grown damn baseball players out there playing wiffle ball, like jacked up, steroided out wiffle ball players.
I can kind of
And they-
respect that.
Yeah.
They were hitting
They kick everyone on defense.
now they're playing wiffle ball instead of softball.
Never do. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't do anything half-ass. So here's what we got, Nick. We need that bat, roids, and we got
Yeah, it's so cool, but that is the no radar. Like, there's no speed limit on any of that up there. But again, they make a ton of money. Have you guys looked and seen how much Major League Wiffle brought in last year?
No, I haven't.
Profit?
No.
$250,000
God. For wiffle ball.
for wiffle ball, man. They play in the backyard of somebody's house. They build it. And they got YouTube videos, and they got likes, and they got streams, and they get views, man, and that stuff pays.
How
Wiffle
closely do
ball is
y'all
great content.
How closely do y'all follow, like, is there like a set National League rules of wiffle?
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
they're like,
they're different. Each place plays different.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Yep, every place you go is different, and that's what sucks, is because you don't know where you're going to play. They may not be using these 1 5/8 bats. They may be using big barrel bats, and they have big barrel wiffle ball bats. They may be have a speed limit. Like Major League Wiffle has a speed limit. 72 miles an hour is their speed limit.
You
may
can't
not
throw
have a
faster
speed
than
limit.
that?
No, it's you get warnings.
Oh, shit.
Dang.
Yep. Yeah, you get warnings. And that's how I did it this year. So my season ran like ours was 55. 56 was a warning. 57 was a warning. Anything over 58 was an automatic ball. And if you got 3 warnings, then everything past 55 was a automatic ball. So that dialed the game down a lot.
Do you remember what the radar was picking up, Nick, before they took it down because it was kind of messing up? Do you remember any of the speeds of the pitch?
I think there was probably some guys throwing maybe like in the 40, 45s, maybe. I remember seeing a lot of. If I had to be like accurate about it, that's probably where like some people throw it their fastest. If I had to guess?
Yeah, none of our pitchers are really hitting a slider that often or making it dance that much.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
no one's really throwing full strength, right? Like, I mean, I could throw it way harder, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're
Right.
not.
And the consistency of the ball is very hard. I don't know how I'm not a pitcher. I don't even claim to be one. Them guys that do pitch in our league, they have figured out how to get this ball to do what they want it to do.
Yeah,
and it's not easy to hit. And there's no consistency to it in my mind. I don't know. You put the holes on one side and it goes one way. It's throwing a play out even in the infield is hard because you try to throw the ball to first and it doesn't even go close to it.
Yep.
It's funny when you try to make a play in the field, you get more action than when you're pitching. You're like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah, like I'm Derek Jeter. I'm Derek Jeter and don't even come close to making the play at first.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I was looking at y'all's field. It's pretty legit.
Yeah, I love it, man. And this, like I said, I got the fence panels now, so I can pull up anywhere and just play wiffle ball. I've got bases, temporary bases, so I'm gonna be able to put another field in the outfield, no problem. And it's gonna be replica field of what that one is.
The field is probably pretty close, Ian, and what we played at the Nassau Bay tournament.
Nassau Bay, that's what
maybe a little bit further, but it looks pretty similar.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we might see some stuff on social media where Woodruff Wiffle just had some random pop-up things. It sounds like with you rolling around with that spins and bases.
Yeah. Oh yeah, John. I was gonna ask y'all. Do y'all stream your games or anything?
So our games have been Facebook streamed.
Yeah.
Just Facebook Live. So some of them are. I believe some of them are on there, but you know how Facebook is. They take them down like every 30 days or whatever. But I took the time in a few of the games this year that I have, and I can send them to whoever I've been texting. I forgot who it was, but
it was me. Yeah,
where I actually broke them down and produced them like I'd really like to produce everything, but I did it on a cell phone.
Yeah.
But I did it as in like the last pitch of every at bat. I broke the whole game down into that, and it was like a 40 minute video. But man, it turned out really good.
Yeah, it's not really a bad idea.
I'm gonna do that more often, probably in my next season because I just bought a new computer. So hopefully I can just take my GoPro and plug it in and go from there. But I'm honestly learning all that stuff because, like I told y'all, that's where the money is. If you want to make money doing this, the wiffle ball is great content, and people are gonna watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
If you put it in front of them, they're gonna watch it. And you guys are characters. I'm a character. The guys that I play with are characters. They want to hear the competitiveness. They want to see it, and it blows up, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, definitely.
It really does.
Nick had out there, his camera, mics. I tuned in because I was sick, and it lasted 8 hours, but it got a whole shit ton of views. And just because he had the camera behind the plate and he had his team mic'd up, and it's all about another guy on our team.
I thought that was dope.
Yeah, the Bluetooth mics were nice.
I thought that was pretty cool.
We have another guy on the team. He talks way more shit. So it was just, if you don't know us, you're gonna hate us. But if you know us,
right,
like, you get annoyed because you're super competitive and you're like, they're talking shit and they're not even winning yet.
Right.
I think I'm trying to add a second camera, like picture in picture in the outfield somewhere.
Or get one on the first baseline.
Something, yeah.
So
a second camera somewhere.
What I'm wanting to do this season is I'm going to have this year all I ran was, you see where the camera view is of that picture you looked at? That's why I ran it pretty much all year.
Yeah.
So you've seen everything. But this year I'm hoping to have, again, enough money where we have raised for our league where I can go buy 2 GoPros and put them on the foul poles. So I have one on first base foul pole and third base, and then bring them to my computer, plug everything in, and I can give you different angles. Like that's where the money's at. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that as good as I want to do it, but I'm not like a graphic designer or video, none of that. I wish I was, because like I said, the content is there.
What I really want to do is, even though I'm on a team, I would love to be the umpire and be mic'd up and just like be silly as hell and like, yeah, just trying to get views and whatnot.
I don't know. I had a lot to watch. I mean, with the balls going in, you got to call dead balls and all that shit because you only have 3 outfielders and all that. I mean, the plate was full.
I don't know. Do y'all play with umpires?
We had one umpire this last time. The previous tournament, it was if your team wasn't playing, you're like kind of designated, like one player from your team had to kind of ump if like the two teams couldn't agree on a call. It wasn't too strict a thing.
Ours was, we ran the whole season, our regular season, with no umpire, and any discretion calls were made based on rock, paper, scissors. And it was really fun. I'm not even lying. it turned out great. I thought there was going to be a lot of arguing and fighting, and there was none. It was, I think I was safe. I think I'm out. Rock, paper, scissors, end of story.
Yeah, a lot more of a, why the fuck you throw scissors? And then they start arguing with each other.
Yes, exactly. But then when the game started to matter, we ran postseason. So we ran our first round of postseason. We played best of 3. And then we actually had an umpire for that series. And then the second, or the championship round, we had a best of 5. So we played best of 5 in one day. That was pretty fun. And I had an umpire for all those games too. So
well,
the ones that mattered, I definitely had an umpire.
Yeah, a lot to relate on. Did y'all tell him about the fucking national anthem?
No, it was just a funny thing that they did, which did look kind of hilarious. At the beginning of the last tournament, all the teams like lined up on the third base line and they played the national anthem, and then like all the wives are over there like laughing at how serious we're taking it. And then after that we all chugged the Twisted Iced tea and began the festivities.
I like that. So we did the same. So listen, we had a home run derby. I had an all-star weekend. I actually had an all-star tournament game. I didn't tell you guys
great
that.
ideas.
All right, so listen, I'll tell you about it. So January the 1st, we ran an all-star game. All-star game was on January 1st. I had the home run derby first. So I took 2 players from each team. It gave me 8 participants in the home run derby. I took and put like targets in the infield and targets over panels. So if you hit it over a certain panel, you got like ×2 or ×3 on the home run. And then if you hit a target in the infield, I had like 2 trash cans in the infield. That was like 2 outs. And then I had a chug of beer. I had a spin. I had a bat left-handed. Man, my home run derby was the funnest thing we did all year.
That's a great idea, man.
It was the best thing we did all year. I'm not even lying. January the 1st was the best we did all year. That was so much fun. And then the All-Star game was great, man. We all had our team jerseys on. We picked our teams, man. It was really good.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. We're sending this to John for sure.
Yeah, and I like the because if it's most of the people who are going to attend, right, are going to be friends and family, so they'll gladly pay $1 if you want.
Oh yeah, man. See, $1 to walk in the gate. Anybody will pay $1. Anybody. I'm just telling you.
You could even have your kids be like cocktail waitresses and have them tip the kids. That'd be another good idea.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you, I took my kids and one of my 9-year-old ran the gate for me a couple days. So like he was collecting dollars out the yin yang. He was like, "Daddy, I got all these dollars." I was like, "Put them in this envelope, man."
That's hilarious.
So
yeah.
He was running the gate for me.
Hey kid, here's $1. Go over that blue cooler over there and get me another beer. Goes to the fun.
And that's we definitely drink on our fields. And it's adult. It's an adult game, but it's still kind of kid friendly. I mean, I don't have a problem with my kids being around people that drink. Most people don't nowadays, just because that's the way society is. But it's still very friendly, kid friendly. So.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Texas probably made that up. I don't know if we could really bring our kids to bars.
I don't know if that's the truth either.
Yeah, and going back to the softball thing, like a lot of people play softball just for the camaraderie and to drink, and like wiffle ball is like even a step removed from that. Like it's not even half as physical as softball.
Correct. You don't have as much field to cover. The bases aren't as far apart. You don't got to swing as hard.
Yeah,
it's because in softball you're pretty much drunk before the first pitch, and you got all the.
Hey, well, that's what we were trying to do in wiffle, but we got too competitive.
We're actually wanting to host a if you guys ever been, or I know you have probably, but a 1-pitch softball tournament, like where you get
Never heard of
one
that.
pitch. We were gonna host a 1-pitch wiffle ball tournament. So you take your team and you only get 1 pitch. If it's a ball, you go to first base. If you swing and miss, it's an out.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
It's like high stakes wiffle.
Yeah, it's 1 ball. Like you get 1 pitch. It's so fun, man.
We should throw that into like really tiebreaker elimination games.
Yep. It's so much fun, and we had let me see something else I could tell you that we did. So we used the major league rule for extra innings, putting a runner on second. That was pretty nice. That came into effect like once or twice.
Everything's normal in the inning except for that.
Everything's normal, yeah.
So at this last tournament we had, the rules weren't very clear on tiebreaker situations, not extra innings, but tiebreaker situations. And so we had a 3-team playoff. The team that was theoretically ranked higher, I think it was by run differential or run scored, one or the other. And the other 2 teams played an elimination game. It was 2 outs, bases loaded, and you each got an inning. And so we beat them, and then we beat the other team that was waiting for us, and then we won the championship.
Kind of ruffled some feathers because we weaseled our way into that playoff, but
yeah,
at least we backed it up.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease, though.
And the championship team won with the full blown athletes, and well, at least 2 of them are. But
yeah, well, one of them can't hit.
Well, haven't they made it to the championship, both tournaments, and lost?
Oh yeah, the commissioner is actually on a team who has made it 3 or 4 straight times to the championship and never won.
Never won.
They're the Buffalo Bills.
I'm not gonna lie, my team shit the bed. We went undefeated and we lost in the first round of the playoffs. So
you got that friend who can pitch though, right?
Oh yeah, I got it. It didn't do me no good. We lost.
Dang.
We got our butt kicked. Do you guys? There's a kid in Texas. He's in Conroe, Texas. Anybody know where that is?
Yeah, it's about an hour.
So it's got MK's Custom Bats. If you can look him up on Facebook, man, look at some of these wiffle ball bats that this kid has put together.
Man.
I'm talking about. They are disgusting. They are disgusting.
Is it Marucci Sports? No.
MK's Custom Bats. It's a little kid on the front. He started his own little business, and I definitely I'd love to meet this kid, man, because he does so good work on these bats.
Oh dang, these are nice. They looks like he wraps them.
He tapes them. They're all taped, is what it looks like.
Oh wow.
And see, we kind of have thought about things like this, man, because I know how fast this sport is growing. I see what it's doing. Man, I've even thought about selling custom bats like this kid is doing, but taking and plastic dipping them.
Yeah.
And you can put them in anything. You put them in plastic dip. You can make any design if you plastic dip these bats.
These are all taped?
A coating of them. Yeah, all those are taped. Do y'all allow tape bats?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just nothing extraordinary. I think we were allowed to put tape over the barrel.
Right. The only thing we're not allowed to do is cover that hole.
Oh, the top.
Yeah, on the bottom of the
On
bat.
the bottom, yeah.
If you cover that hole, there's definitely a change in the ball.
The bounce,
it goes way
yeah.
farther. Yes. Oh, it goes way farther.
It seems like the tape would add a lot too, to be honest with you.
I ain't gonna lie, we hit a bunch of virgin bats, and I thought the same because we were doing some testing, but I had guys hit home runs with virgin bats this year and tape bats, and we hit for a couple hours one day, and there was really no difference. We hit some that was I've seen a wiffle ball get hit 170 foot.
Damn.
Yes. I'm talking about moonshot. That's the farthest one I've seen hit. I measured that. So that was a shot.
You just check it for a cork bat.
Yeah. That was his bat speed, man. Yeah, he does a really good job of those.
Yeah.
And he's in Texas. That's why I wasn't sure if you guys had heard of him.
In Conroe, you said? Yeah, that's not too far from us.
Yeah, that's what it says. And I think he's got a steal of a deal. You get a strike zone and 2 bats for $100.
That's about what it cost, right, for the original strike zone.
Yeah, Grand Slam package includes 2 custom bats and 1 strike zone for $100. That's a steal.
That is pretty cool. I saw a strike zone on there too. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty tight. We'll definitely take this to the commission. We're just kind of the de facto. We just kind of appoint ourselves social media for the Wiffle League. Since we're already doing some just sports stuff on YouTube anyway.
We're the establishment.
So how do you guys take? So maybe I can use what you guys are doing, because I kind of do like a Facebook Live once a week. It's called Let's Talk Wiffle. And I just get on my Facebook account with my group, and we get to talking, and it's either we're talking about what we're doing or where we're going with our league or the games, and with things fixing to pop off with our season taking place. Do you guys use Discord? I don't know much about Discord, but how do you use that as can I do podcasts on that? Could I start something like that? Help me out with that.
I strictly just use the Discord for like this right here, like interviews and like messaging friends and stuff. I know you can get really deep into Discord and like all the stuff it can do. I honestly don't know that much about it, like that deep.
Okay.
But what Nick does,
I wasn't sure.
He streams it through YouTube and uses a program called Streamlabs.
Okay, so you take Discord and connect all of us, and then you take this file and move it to your YouTube.
No, I'm streaming. So like I'm streaming on YouTube right now. I just use Discord for like communication.
Okay.
So it'll get us all on Discord, and then it'll go to like Streamlabs, and it'll pop up live on YouTube, or he'll make a video and then just post it on YouTube. I'm not sure, or I don't know if Nick's even sure about how to get it to stream from Facebook. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's possible. You just probably gotta.
So like, if you wanted to in Streamlabs, you could stream to like Twitch or Facebook or YouTube or like what have you. I think the free version only lets you do it to 2 places. I think maybe it might only be 1 now. But if you pay like the monthly membership or whatever, you can stream to 8 different places if you wanted to.
I just actually set this up last week, and so Streamlabs is the part you're not seeing right now. So you're seeing Discord, and then you could tell Streamlabs like record. So like how we see these the Discord on our computer, you can tell Streamlabs capture this window, right? And then you set it up beforehand to start streaming to YouTube, and that's basically how it works. But you can change. You can change the platform it streams to. Like you can make it stream to Facebook, I'm sure. Right. But it was a real quick like Google and just watched a couple YouTube videos about it.
So there's an app, and this may be something that you guys maybe want to jump in. I think we're going to invest in it this year. There's a couple different apps, but the one I like the most is the Switcher Studio. And you can go in and like add scoreboards to your game. You can go in and you can
what was it called? Switcher?
Commercials. Switcher Studio. Commercials. You can put like if you get somebody that pays for a sponsor, you can put their logo on the screen at any time.
Switcher, like you switch, right?
Yeah, SWIT. What is it? It's Switcher is how you say it.
Like SWITCHER. Okay.
Yeah.
Switcher Studio.
Anyways,
and that's the best app.
I gotta hop off. Good talking to you, Jonathan.
Yeah, thanks, Ren.
Yes, sir.
See you later, Ren.
Yeah, that's the best app to use for stuff like that.
Sweet, I'm gonna look that up. I've been trying to find like a good scoreboard or like even a live ticker. Like you could maybe even put a live ticker.
It's so hard, man.
Across your like at the top bar of your stream, that would be pretty tight. Like if you had NFL or college games streaming scores, you know,
like an overlay,
like ESPN.
An overlay.
Yeah.
Yep, like an overlay. And that's what Major League Wiffle does. And it's because they have the fundings to be able to pay that. I think it's like $100 a year or something like that on Switcher. But you can do whatever you want to do on that thing. And once you push a button, it doesn't just send it to one social media platform. You can go live on YouTube, TikTok, everything at one time. And then everything, like as you change the score, you're sitting at your phone changing the score of the game or the inning or the pitches count or whatever, it changes on the live stream. And that's the way to do it. I ran a cornhole club down here in South Carolina for a while, and I used it, and it was great. Or even cornhole. You can put 2 camera angles on it. You can do all kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, I might have to look into that. That sounds kind of legit, to be honest.
Yeah, it is legit. It's the way to do it. If you're gonna do it and you're gonna stream them, and you can afford it, that's the best way to do it.
Nice.
So this program, because I know we were talking about like if you got 2 cameras, let's say there was multiple fields, and like we had one camera showing one game, one camera showing another. Does it allow you to like for the viewer to be able to click one and kind of enhance it?
Everything that the way I ran it was iOS, so anything that's iOS compatible, so I use 3 iPhones is how I ran mine. So I would have, let's just say in cornhole perspective, I had one camera on one board and another camera on another board. And if I wanted to switch to that board, I can push a button on my phone and it would switch to that. So it'd be the same way if it was a baseball field. Say you have field 1, field 2, field 3. You click on your phone, you want to see what field 2 is doing. You click it, it transfers over into the live stream.
Oh, so it's like a dedicated producer running it.
Yeah, so we were wondering if there was a way for like
to put it on like a timer.
No, but like for if I was watching my live stream, right? If I was someone watching a live stream of a tournament and there's 3 games going on, somewhere is there some way you could have an interactive
where you can click and go to the other field?
Yeah, I know. I don't think you could do that on YouTube because like the screen itself is not interactive.
I think you can.
It's gonna have to be produced though. Like the producer will have to push the button. It has to be self-pushed. I don't think anybody can, unless you did 3 different actual live videos. Does that make sense?
Right.
And you would just
3 streams, like
log out and go to a different stream.
Yeah.
You would log out and go to another stream. But to my knowledge, I don't think there's an app, unless you're using Switcher, that you can literally push and go to a different angle. That's how a lot of these like streamers and stuff guys do. They got their little human body down in the corner of their little video game or whatever. It's because they got 2 different angles, and he can take that one camera and put it in the bottom left corner of a big camera. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like picture in picture.
Yeah. It's like
I think I can do that.
Yep.
Nice. We'll definitely have to check into that. That's useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very useful. It definitely helps. Like I said, again, man, it's the content. You're creating the content. The better you can produce it, and the more people that see it, the better chance you are to blow it up.
Sweet. You guys, do you guys travel at all for? You know how we were joking about coming to Houston, but do you guys travel for tournaments? Are there
the farthest
tournaments?
we traveled was, the farthest we traveled so far was Denver, North Carolina.
How far is that from you?
Hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And that was last weekend, but
Houston, it seems like there's got to be something else, right?
Yeah, you mean like something else in the area?
I haven't looked up in Houston.
We'll have to look it up. That's what we need to. We need to tell John to do that. To be honest.
Like, try to get with someone else and try to make a big tournament.
Yeah,
like
something
even bigger.
If we have like 4 or 5 teams to offer, I mean that's like that's nothing.
Yeah.
Or it's not.
What
nothing,
I would like to do, I would love to see like and I think the funding is there for Major League Wiffle to do it. And I've told the guys, my friends, this before, but dude, people play wiffle ball around the world, and there is no World Wiffle Ball Classic, and I can't imagine the amount of people that would pull up to something like that. I just got a brain for stuff like this. So.
Is there like an American championship yet?
Like I said, UWIF is the only. Well, there's more than one national wiffle championship, but UWIF is the one you want to win.
How many teams? Is there like? How do they do it? There's a tournament at the end of the year, or what?
Yeah, they play in everybody. It's an open tournament, so anybody can go play. But it's like an all-week tournament. They play in Pennsylvania.
Damn.
And they play on a minor league field out there in Pennsylvania. But they use moonshot bats. They use big barrel bats. There's no speed limit. They play on a 90-degree field, but it really is a home run show up there is what it is. And pitching. You got to have pitchers and hitters.
Dang, dude.
Pitchers are throwing 90s.
This reminds me of like wrestling in the 80s where it's like little territories. No one's consolidated it yet.
Yeah.
It's just like Wiffle in South Carolina, Wiffle over here in like, south of Houston.
Have you guys seen the the wiffleballtournaments.com. There's actually a wiffleballtournaments.com page. If you look that up, you can look on there in the state of Texas and look up any tournament that's being held.
Nice. So we can even put your own tournament on there, like.
Yeah, well, dude, honestly, I don't know how the hell they do it, and I don't know who does it for me, but somebody puts my stuff on there. They must be following my page, but as soon as I post my stuff, it goes on that page. I don't know how, but it does.
Nice.
Is it Wiffle
I'll
Ball
tell you who
World?
you need to contact is Adam Milstead from Adam is from Virginia or Pennsylvania. He's into wiffle ball a lot. I think he has a lot to do with Milsted. He follows my page a lot, and he plays in an indoor league. In Mid-Atlantic Wiffle Ball is where I think he plays. MAW. That it's big up that way. It's really big up north.
Dang, this is crazy.
Yeah, they have Way Too Beautiful Wiffle League. Those guys go play all over.
Oh, I have seen their stuff. I think on Twitter. Way Too Beautiful.
Yeah, it's growing. And see, like the Major League Wiffle guys, the MLW, the guys that everybody knows the Wiffle right now, they went to that tournament in Pennsylvania, got their teeth kicked in. They got stroked.
Is there like a GOAT of wiffle ball yet?
Jordan Robles is probably the best wiffle ball player on the planet.
What is he? Is he pitch and hit?
He pitches and hits. Yeah, he got signed with Major League Wiffle this past year. He was a rookie, but they signed him because he was the best player in the country at the time. So you got to have that kid playing wiffle ball if he's the best.
And UWIF signs him to what? Like a league or a team?
No, Major League Wiffle signed him. He didn't even play with Major League Wiffle at UWIF. He played for a team called the Phenoms in 2022, and they finished second to the Jugs.
So Major League Wiffle has like a national league?
Major League Wiffle has an actual league, yeah.
And
they got 16 teams, I think.
And they're based all over the country, or they're close by?
I think, man, to my knowledge, they're all pretty close. But they take off and host Major League Wiffle tournaments around the country.
Right.
So you can go. They played in one in Houston this year.
Out of Brighton, Michigan, from what I'm reading. But yeah, it says we've hosted tournaments in Michigan, Ohio, New York, Massachusetts, Illinois, Texas, and Arizona.
Oh, shit.
They've been to Georgia, too. Yeah, man, they play. They host big tournaments, and they get crowds. Dang. They get big crowds.
Man, this is crazy.
Because their kids are watching them, man. They got 250,000 subscribers.
That's true. It's very family friendly, and kids.
Yeah. They got a lot of subscribers.
Dude, we'd be the best team. We wouldn't be that good, bro. We'd be the best team. We'd still be talking so much shit.
Oh, we was dogging them kids at North Carolina. We were dogging them. They did not like us, bro.
That's so funny, man.
Those kids. It was so funny. I'm not even lying. But they were giving us hell, too. I ain't even gonna lie. My picture, the guy's saying about this so good, for some reason, he paints his fingernails. Why? I don't know. He says his girlfriend likes it. But them kids was giving him hell.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm talking about giving him hell.
Oh, man.
It was the funniest thing ever to hear some 9-year-olds talk shit to him.
Oh, my God. You got any big pointers for us going forward?
What I tell you, dude, man, is just focus on having fun. If it's not fun anymore, don't do it. But wiffle ball is exactly. It sounds funny when you say it, so it's hard not to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
You definitely just need to make sure the game is still fun. Don't get so far into it that, again, like that there is money to be made in it, but don't get surrounded by the money. Keep making sure your league is supplied with the things they need, and as long as they're having fun, man, you're in good shape. As long as fun is the center point of what you're doing, that's what you want. So that'd be what I'd tell you.
That's awesome, since we've already been implementing just everything we learned from watching wrestling as kids.
Yep.
Like our team at AWO.
Oh, y'all got NWO team? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see this is the shirt we had that I'm wearing right now. New Wiffle order.
How do I get on? How do I see y'all's video? Hold on. Can I get on video? Can I just put video call?
I think so. On the video call, whatever the room is, you should be able to see us, I think.
He just hung up.
That's all right. He can hop back in.
I'll just type in your YouTube down here.
Oh no. Hang on, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you jump back in that room that we were just in a second ago?
I don't even know what room I went away from.
It's the one, here, I'm going to hang up and start another call in that other room.
Okay.
Okay. Ian, hang up real quick, and I'm going to restart the call.
All right.
You got to hang up.
Where is the hang up at?
It's like right over where your screen is. Yeah, but you got it. There you go.
There we go.
All right, I think I'm back.
All right, can you see us?
Yes, I see your shirt now.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I don't know if you guys can see me still, though.
I don't think so.
Nah, we just see your logo. You gotta click there's like a little camera icon and it says turn on camera, turn off. It's in the center.
Let's see.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's me.
There you go.
There it is. Perfect.
Bingo. Yeah. So this is my shirt. This is my logo. I actually have this logo really being recreated right now. This whole logo is being recreated because they were complaining that the actual Wiffle part is trademarked, but I took and added the ball and added Woodruff across the top. But the actual Wiffle thing, the Wiffle, the grass, the bat is trademarked.
Oh, like that logo itself?
Yeah, so this the Wiffle logo part is trademarked. So I had a guy that's revectoring the whole deal.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
That makes sense. I was like, no way, that makes sense. That must be their actual logo.
I need this. I'm gonna go get you my jersey. Hold on.
All right.
You'll like this. Where is it?
I still like the t-shirt idea just because I want to get new t-shirts every year. I just want new merch.
Different colors.
I can't even find it. But anyway, we had white natural light jerseys this year, and we were the Brewers. So it was a white button-down jersey, had the natural light on this side, with our Woodruff patch on this side. It was pretty dope, man.
So it was like a legit jersey. Ryan, the guy who was here who left, he wants us to get like old 1920s uniforms.
That's what's up. I wish I could show you. But, I mean, we've got some good team names. I mean, last year we went with the 4 teams we had. One was the Backyard Batters. We had the Bomb Squad, Madcap, and the Brewers. And then this year we got some funny names this year. So we got Wiffle Hub, and it's literally wrote out like Pornhub. It looks just like it. We've got the Grim Sweepers, the Bench Warmers, Pick a Flick Wiffle. That's going to be funny. That guy gave me that name, and he was like, I played for a team 30 years ago. I was like, yeah, you did, because ain't nobody remembers Pick a Flick video.
Oh, shit.
That's the old video place. We got some cool names, but...
Yeah, I think you guys are... Yeah, you guys are seem like to be on a good way to hopefully something pretty big.
Well, if you guys need any help, man, just holler, because I'd be glad to help. Any pointers or any ideas that you guys come up with that you think is great for your league, let me know, because I may not be doing it. And honestly, the way that it works is if you tell me, if I help you, you help me type of thing. That's the best. That's the best thing to do. I took a lot of the stuff how I run my league, and I've watched so much wiffle ball in the last year on YouTube and TikTok. I took a lot of that and put it in mine, and that's where I'm at. So.
Have you hosted any tournaments?
I'm hosting a tournament this weekend.
How do you do tiebreakers?
We're gonna play. We're gonna have bracket play or pool play, and then we're gonna have a double elimination bracket after the pools. So there won't be no
tiebreaker. If there's a tie in the pool play,
it'll just be based off runs.
Okay.
So if one team scores 30 runs in their first 3 games and the other team scores 28, the 30 team run would be, if both teams are 3-0, the 30 team run would be the 1 seed.
Do you have any limits on starting pitchers?
We didn't have any limits this year.
So you can start every game with one guy if you wanted?
Yep.
Okay, that's
because of the dominance of pitching. The dominance of pitching. Like I said, it played out great this year because every one of the 4 teams had one of those pitchers that could literally throw it in the 60s.
Yeah.
But this year is going to be a little different. We're unlimiting the speed, backing it up a little farther, and we're going to let the umpire have discrepancy over what's too fast and what's not. So if the umpire says, if he feels like that you throw it at 65 and he thinks that's too fast, he's going to give you a verbal warning. If you get 3 warnings, your pitcher sits down. So that's how we're going to do it this year. Because the price of radars and the complaining of it, like I said, I had a Bush L. It's like $120. It was trash. It didn't read very well. I had people complaining, man, there's no way. I just throwed the ball the same I did last time. One's reading 55, one's reading 40.
Yeah,
so
that seems kind of hard.
I didn't want to pay $400 for a pocket radar. That's what they cost. If you want accuracy, that's what they cost. So I tried to get away from that. And like I said, I hate arguing. I wanted the game to just kind of roll and keep going. So the way to do that is allow the umpire discrepancy on pitch speed, because he already has discrepancy on whether it hit the zone or not, outs or if you're safe or out. He has a lot of discrepancy in the field, so I'm going to give him a little bit more. People aren't going to like our umpires, but
that's a tough job. Yeah, he's going to make somebody.
That's what
mad,
it is.
I'm sure.
That's his job, and I'm actually going to pay my umpires. That's another thing. With some of the money comes in the gate, I'm going to give my umpires like $10 or $15 a game to umpire, because I want them to make good calls. Yeah. Because I've got people out here that spent money to play this and come in and are competitive. I want him to be on his game, and if I don't feel like he's on his game, I'm just going to find another guy.
Yeah,
because I've got connections like that. So I'm trying my best to make it what's right for my league and everybody that's in it. So I want it to be very competitive.
Gotcha.
And it was this past year, and I feel like it's going to run the same way this year. So
we'll for sure send this over to our commissioner, because we talked about a lot of good stuff.
Right.
So yeah, we definitely appreciate your expertise on it.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm not even that expert into it, man, but I'm really trying hard, if that makes sense. Like, I'm trying really hard, and it shows. I'm just being honest. It really shows. I started with 4 last season, and everybody looked at me like, you're starting a wiffle ball league? And I'm like, hell yeah, I am. And then now everybody's like, hey, where do we send our money? And I'm like, see, you wasn't talking that shit last year.
Yeah.
You didn't want to play last year, but you want to play now.
For sure, yeah.
And I cut rosters off. So there's no add-ons. Once our season starts, if you wasn't on the roster, you cannot play.
What did you say, 8-man roster?
8-man roster.
8-man roster, so 6 in the field.
You got to have 4 to play. You got to have 4 to show up. So at least 4 to play, or you forfeit the game. Okay. And if you forfeit 2 games in the season, you're not allowed to play next year. That's how it is in our league. So
yeah, I mean, if you're paying good money, you can't be fucking with people's time.
Yeah. Yeah, and people will pull up and want to play, and then they don't have enough people there, and
that's just the worst.
It kills me with having to order food trucks and there not be nobody there. I'm not gonna have that problem. So
yeah,
if they forfeit more than 2 games, if they forfeit 2 games, they just aren't allowed to play anymore.
Yeah, if there's 8 of you, I mean, half of you should be able to show up. You know,
it should be able to show up exactly, and the 8 allows for, the reason I gave 8 was because it allows for when we're playing and somebody goes on spring break or somebody's sick or their kid's got a birthday, like the game still got to go on.
Yeah.
It has to go on. So that way you're guaranteed at least 4 people are going to show up. Now, we ran a bunch of games this year with 4 or 5 players on that field, and it played just fine, but you can't have 6 in the field. So That just allows everybody to play.
You should allow like 2 AAA reserves where a couple games this season they get to be called up to fill a spot. Yeah.
We did add one rule this year. You guys will think this is funny. I had a guy call me. He said, "I want to play, but I've had 3 hip surgeries and I'm 56 years old." And I was like, "All right, what you getting to?" And he was like, "Can I get a pinch runner?" And I said, "Absolutely." I said, so we made it this year where if you're over 50 years old and you make it to the base, then we're giving them a pinch runner. Just because I don't have insurance on this league, so I'm not trying to have Uncle Tom over here tear a quad. You know,
yeah, it's true.
I don't need that.
Yeah, that's a
good. We're just out here having fun. So
yeah, that's a good rule.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
it's a good idea, especially when you got older people.
For sure.
And I've got some older players in our league. So.
All right. Well, I think that's a good first interview. We could probably do another interview if you want. Or when's your league start?
March 18th.
Okay.
And if you want to, dude, I can even bring if we can set it up, I can get some of them guys on here to talk to you, and I can bring Jesse. Jesse's my pitcher, or one of our pitchers in our league, and he'll talk to you about how to throw the ball. And I got a guy that hit, I think, 10 home runs this year, like insane.
Nice.
So he can help you out with things like that. I got connections around here, so you just let me know, man, and I'll help you guys out.
Yeah, maybe we can break some video down too. That would actually be a good idea.
Yeah, and check out some of the videos that I put on our Facebook, man. Look up some of those, and we have a YouTube too. So the YouTube actually, it has some. I scratched the surface on it. I don't know very much about the YouTube, but I think one of those games on the YouTube channel is the one that I broke down. And we were talking about that game ticker in the bottom right corner. I had to copy and paste that game ticker in every frame on that damn YouTube video. It was the worst.
Is it the 13-minute one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the last at bat of every pitch. I think that's one of our games. I believe so.
Okay. I just subbed to your channel, so I'll be keeping tabs on you.
Yeah,
all right, bro.
Check it out.
Yeah, you should for sure live stream your games, though. I would highly recommend that.
I think I'm going to try Twitch.
I would do YouTube over Twitch. That's just me. But
really?
Yeah. Twitch is kind of dead unless you're like in the top echelon.
What do you gotta have for YouTube Live?
All you have to do is like 20. So like anyone can do a live that has a YouTube channel, which you do. So I think it just takes you. You got to request it or something, and it's like 24 hours later you can go live.
Yeah, it'll be like a create button at the top, and you press live. And if you've never gone live before, you just got to wait 24 hours one time. And then after that, you're able to go live. Because I think it's probably generating this key you need for like other softwares and stuff.
That, and they want to make sure you're like a real account, I think, somehow. Yeah. I don't know how they verify that, but...
Other than that,
well, that's news to me.
Yeah.
So does YouTube eat you up with copyright? Because Facebook was killing me. We had music playing in the background sometimes, or like walk-up songs.
Yep.
We had walk-up songs. So they would yank that shit right off.
Yeah, you can't. Well, yeah, you can't do that. So, if it just kind of comes on and then goes off, like your stream will keep going. They won't just take it down, but like you'll get a copyright claim at the end, which isn't the biggest deal, unless you're like monetized and you're making money. Then they'll get all the money and the ad revenue from that video. So like right now, we don't really care about that. They'll really only take you down if you're playing video of something. They'll take it down live. Right. But if it's just a song, your stream will usually keep going on, unless maybe you do it for like 5-10 minutes straight, which I don't think you'll have that problem. Unless you just got music on.
Ours is just mostly walk-up music, and we were running into that with Facebook.
Yeah, and if you keep it under 10 seconds, you can probably get away with it too.
Right. That's probably a good idea.
But yeah, do that.
I want to reach out and do that.
If for whatever reason your league blows up or whatever, because it looks like if you're doing that, what is it, that Switcher Studio, and it's like you got a nice setup, you need to get to like 1,000 subs and like 40,000 watch hours, and then you can apply to be monetized.
What does that mean?
Like you can start making ads off your videos. It's like when people go to click
revenue per watch.
Yeah.
I think. per view.
So
which is what we're chasing right now.
How many?
Like 40,000 watch hours. You'll pass that way up before you get to 1,000 subs. More than likely.
Yeah, that's a long way. That's a long way.
No, the watch time actually goes by pretty fast. You'd be surprised.
1,000 subs, yeah, that'll take a while.
The subs is the hard part.
How do you? So, I know I've heard on the TikTok world you can buy subscribers and all that stuff. Is that possible on YouTube or no?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as I guess you don't get caught, which I don't know how they would or how that works.
Yeah, honestly, most of them's bots.
Yeah.
But you get the number. Like in TikTok, you get the number. So as soon as you get the number, you're wide open after that. Once you get to 1,000 subs, TikToks will blow up.
Yeah.
And I've got videos on our TikTok. We have a TikTok, and I've got videos that's got like 25, 20, 30,000 likes on them. And
yeah, exactly.
Those are what you want. So
exactly. But yeah, y'all should definitely stream. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, we're gonna stream. We're gonna stream a lot more games. That way, more people like you guys can see it, and then that way y'all can see what we're doing, and we can see what you guys are doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
We got one coming up in March. The commissioners team, who I told you lost like those 4 championships, requested an exhibition match against our team, so they're gonna do a crawfish boil, and we'll probably live stream that one. I think it's March 11th.
Mhm.
That's pretty dope, man. Crawfish boil, and then you guys go play wiffle ball.
Yeah, that'd be good content.
Yeah,
we're gonna hit up a lot of demographics.
He's doing it in his backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got.
So he built a field back there, or?
Yeah, he's got. Does he have a foul pole? I can't. He's got like that 8-foot fence.
I think he does have a foul pole.
I think he does have a foul pole, and then they kind of set up where like right center is. So like right field, it's like the back of his garage, and then between where right center is, it's kind of open. They just put a fence there to connect like the very back fence to the garage, like the little makeshift fence, and that's the kind of center field. It's pretty nice. They actually dug out. They got the base paths all dirted out and stuff. Pitcher's mound.
Oh crap! That's dope right there.
Yeah.
And that's my next big thing. I don't own the property where I live at now. I'm renting from a guy. It's on about 6 acres, but I'm about this close to buying it, and then I'm going to build a badass stadium.
That would be pretty.
I'm gonna build a legit field.
Field of dreams, baby.
Real wall, real everything.
You could build a couple, maybe.
Yep. I would definitely want to just have like a for sure stadium, if that makes sense. Like I want Woodruff Wiffle to have a home, and I have that over off the where we play at now, but I want to be able to just kind of like I want to be able to have lights so we can have night games and everything. So that's where I'm gonna kind of go with it. Hopefully in the next year or two, I'll be able to make that happen. Maybe it's sooner. It may blow up, and next year I'll be able to build it next year. So hopefully it works like that. Yeah, I would love to be able to host a tournament where you guys could come. I'm not even lying.
We're down, dude.
If somebody would pay like $10,000 to win a wiffle ball tournament, how many people would pull up?
Shit.
A lot.
I'd buy a plane ticket out there.
A lot would pay to play wiffle ball because everybody thinks they can compete. Like everybody would think they can compete. Oh, it's just wiffle ball. You know what I'm saying? And
that's true.
I think that's why you get the guys to come because they're like, oh, I can do this, and then they get there and it's like
2 other teams besides us would probably come too.
That'd be really cool, man.
I got some miles I got to use, so.
He's time ready to fly, man.
Yeah, for sure. I need a little vacation outside of Texas.
That's pretty dope. But I think I'm gonna get off, man. I think it's been a lot for me tonight, but I'm glad you guys called. It's been a good interview. I had
definitely.
Fun. Thank you.
Yeah, you gave us.
I think I learned some stuff from you, so
we appreciate.
I'm glad I could help.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it, Jonathan. We'll stay in touch. I appreciate your time.
All right, brother.
All right.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.